Welcome back to another episode of Halfway Human. We're already on our second take. Free drinks at Project Cowork. Let's just say.
Help yourself.
Help yourself. We have the lovely Mel Zarb-Cousin. Is that right?
Cuisine.
Cuisine. Okay. You know what? We're just going to say cuisine.
K-U-Z-I-N.
Cuisine.
Cuisine.
And now the CEO of Magik Theatre, right? Am I right?
That's right.
So what do we do there? Like, what is because a lot of people don't know. I know, sort of.
You do.
What you guys do.
Yes.
But explain to the public.
The people want to know.
The people want to know.
We are the premier theater for young people in South Texas.
And what does that mean?
We do professional productions that are centered around either children's literature or relevant stories. And we also do programming with organizations in the community, taking arts programming into spaces like Haven for Hope, the Crier Juvenile Justice Center. We also have summer camps, things like that.
So it's not just children acting, though. Like when y'all put on, she's sucking down. That didn't sound right. She's drinking a Capri Sun that I got from my previous guest that wanted, and she doesn't like the Capri Sun. So we're having problems already. But
your
I
choice
digress.
of Capri Sun.
That's what it was.
Not Pacific
Sorry.
Cooler.
So it's not just children acting, though, but it's mainly based around getting children into the arts. Am
That's
I right?
right. Yeah, we hire professional actors, adults, to perform these shows. But we also give kids the opportunity to perform on our stage. We just know how significant and transformative the arts for people at that young age.
But the thing you do is put on productions at the Magik Theatre.
Right.
And so what does it take to become an actor in that world?
Well,
not me,
you have
clearly.
to not be James Chandler, number one.
Yeah.
Number two.
That's one qualification.
We provide training for young people, but really ultimately at the end of the day, it's our programming is for young people that, have the soft skills to be able to be successful in the 21st century, whatever it is that they do. But to be an actor with us, it does take an audition. We have season auditions annually, and you just come, you show off your skills, singing, dancing, acting, and if there's a part that's right for you, come on board. Is
there a person that actually casts that kind of stuff? Or is it, yes, there's a casting person?
We have basically it'll be a panel of the directors, the artistic director, choreographers, people that are the subject matter experts in bringing on the talent for our shows.
So you're a CEO now.
Yeah.
What is like, and you kind of managed before, so meaning the Magik Theatre.
Yeah.
What does that entail from a day-to-day from you? Is it a lot of going out into the community and saying we're here, or is it more about putting on the productions?
So my previous title was managing director, and nothing has changed about my job.
Yeah.
At all.
Sure.
And I think my skill set really is more in line with the behind the scenes, the fundraising, the business development, the finance, that side of the house. I oversee production, but whereas I could do that stuff, I got my BFA in theater. I've been doing theater for my whole life, but I have professionals basically to make those artistic decisions and trust them that they're on brand, things like that, so that I'm free to do all the other things it takes to run an arts nonprofit.
So I thought of this last night when I do think about the show sometimes. And I was wondering, the location that y'all are in now is going to be a hotbed. Is that going to help or hinder? We're talking about the Spurs Arena. Let's just get that out of the way.
100%.
Is it going to help or hinder what y'all are doing?
I think about that daily as well.
Okay.
Same thing, the duality of it all. we have experienced some growing pains already with the construction on South Alamo lasting longer than anticipated.
Yeah.
It almost destroyed us.
Really?
Yes, it did.
Because people just can't get in.
They can't get in. There's the perception alone of accessing downtown, which was
Sure.
difficult even before construction, and
Sure.
then add construction on top of it. But ultimately, I'm being cautiously optimistic about it. I really do think for an arts and entertainment district, the Magik Theatre is a flagship part of Hemisphere and that area. And without it, what is there for families to do?
Yeah.
You know?
You would think that the hope is that it revitalizes, obviously, that area, because that's, and you would think that maybe you do, I shouldn't say overflow, but maybe you get some of those people that are in there during the day.
Exactly.
That want to do something and then go to a Spurs game at night. That all of that's going to be interconnected. And that whole area is growing. Yeah.
It is, right? I mean, you think about all the hotels. The Monarch is opening next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we want to have discussions with all of these businesses, and we have, and we know the ecosystem and what it can and will be. So,
is it going to hinder y'all up front?
I think the construction that'll be in the area in terms of infrastructure will be difficult to navigate. I don't really know what
the political answer, but the real answer is yes.
Yes, right.
That was the political answer. She's giving you a political answer. But yes, it's going to hinder y'all a little bit up front.
Right, up front. Absolutely. But I think ultimately I'm very optimistic about the future because you're right. I mean, we have a role to play in that area.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think, I mean, because I got to go to a show and, you know.
Was it Velveteen Rabbit? I was trying to remember.
No, it was Percy, the Percy one.
Jackson musical. Yeah.
You almost had me get nervous there. I was like, which one was it?
You got it. Yeah, put you on the spot.
Yeah. But no, it was very, very, very well done. And I think people don't know. I think a lot of people don't know it exists. I think that, and I don't mean to knock you, but I mean, I think just the perception of it, and it's really well done. I mean, and I don't think there's much else in this city that does what y'all are doing.
There isn't. And we can say that safely about South Texas too. I mean, we are the only professional theater for young people in this region.
Really?
The next, it'll be Dallas or Houston. So we have a responsibility. So, I mean, we serve all of South Texas. You'll have people coming from the Valley or the Gulf Coast to come and see our shows because we are the closest in proximity with access to the arts in that way. So, and because we serve young people doesn't mean that our quality can diminish. In fact, it's that much more important to ensure that we get them when they're young so that they become arts lovers the rest of their life and just good people. Sure.
And I guess that was one of my questions is how do you see arts in San Antonio? I mean, it's I think I briefly covered this last guest is that, we are getting some funding has that affected y'all, the funding for arts at all? No?
Well,
on a federal level, I guess.
On a federal level, no. In fact, we definitely don't rely on federal money. It's kind of, here or there, every other year, something like that. So I hope that this is what I am predicting, is that we are in an age of AI and everything digital, and creativity is being lost.
Yeah.
So I feel as if there's going to be a resurgence, almost a second renaissance where artists are going to be celebrated, and that, at least for young people, imagination is key. And so I feel like San Antonio may not be there yet, but I think that there'll be a resurgence just even nationally. San Antonio has a lot of growth to do, especially when you think about people coming in from out of town saying, what did you love most about the city? Oh, the arts and the culture. But we need to have the ecosystem that supports that, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And so does y'all's outreach, it goes past just, because the big piece is how I look at it. I know it's probably not your biggest piece, but is obviously the shows that y'all put on. But you do other outreach as well. You said you just now, and what does that look like? So you go out to schools and other areas to kind of bring arts into those communities. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Like I said, we have the responsibility of being that provider for our community, that we will go into schools in their after-school programs. I mean, oftentimes the arts is the first thing cut.
Sure.
When it comes to budgets.
Sure.
It's happening everywhere. So if they're not getting it during the school day, then we have a responsibility to ensure that they're getting it in their after school or during summer camps, things like that. So we're working with districts like NISD right now, having further conversations with other districts around town to be able to be the after-school arts provider. And like I mentioned before, working with other organizations.
Sure.
We've been working with Haven for Hope for 20 years.
Okay.
And, we're there every Wednesday providing arts programming for the young people there.
And why is that so important? I mean, because a lot of people don't understand that. I think getting even if you're not going to go into acting or like just the traditional arts, creating is a mindset. And so why do you see this is so important, especially when you see, like you said, funding cutting or whatever, why do you see that so important for a community?
I think there's a tactical reason, and I think there's a softer emotional reason. Tactically, right, imagination is under attack right now. And so in order to have innovation and creativity and business and anything these young people decide to do, that is a muscle that needs to be flexed.
Sure.
It's not something that can be ignored, right? I think we are diverting so much energy into testing, into, the math and English sciences,
STEM,
right? Exactly. But without creativity, I mean, that is lost.
Sure.
And there's, what's the point? So there's that. But I think also the softer emotional reason being the arts give hope. They give a child the opportunity to imagine a world beyond their current circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the word hope comes up a lot for me.
That's interesting. And you kind of, before I get there, because I'm always interested in this, especially being a live production. Can you name something that was just crazy in your world that happened that you, I know there's probably a ton of stories and some you probably can't tell, but I'm just interested because that's such a hard thing to pull off.
Yeah.
Have you had a moment where you're like, this is coming off the rails or,
A ton of those, James, of course. And some of them I can't tell, but this one I can. Yeah. Many people don't know this, but I worked at Magik Theatre about 15 years ago for 5 years as a professional actor. And so we were doing a production of, it was The Jungle Book. And I think the snake.
That fits you.
Right?
It fits you first.
He was very cute. Very cute.
Is the snake bad? I don't know.
Ka was cool. He was cool. He was kind of like the spirit guide.
Okay.
But he was a little tricky.
Yeah.
But no, the Mowgli, it was the evening performance on a Friday night. I'll never forget this. The show starts at 7:00. It is 6:30. Mowgli's not there.
Who's Mowgli?
Mowgli's the young boy.
Okay, so he's the main.
Yeah, he's the main character.
At least the star of the main. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. See, I forget Jungle Book.
Yeah, we got Shere Khan, we got Mowgli.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's not there. And so we start looking at each other what are we going to do?
Yeah.
We have a full house that's 600 people that paid tickets to see the show.
Yeah.
And Mowgli's not here.
Yeah.
So we just start strategizing. And the best case scenario was that I go on for Mowgli, and then somebody go on. Somebody
and she's
go
like
on for me.
6'2", by the way. So this doesn't sound good.
So obviously, I know the songs ish because I've been in rehearsals and I hear them every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
I've watched enough of the rehearsals to maybe kind of know the choreography. And it's 8 minutes before the show, and people are backstage trying to teach me choreography.
Oh my goodness.
My heart is about to pop out of its chest.
Yeah.
I the first move that I do when I enter the stage is, I do exactly what the Mowgli does in the show, which is run on top of a rock and then jump off and go, Yahoo! Or something like that. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I got this. Mm-hmm. I run, I jump, immediately twist my ankle.
Oh, no. Oh, no. First of all, once again, if you see Mel, she's like 6 foot. She walks in today and towers over me, and I'm like, this is embarrassing. But anyway, so you're 6 foot person jumping. There's supposed to be a little boy.
Right. I didn't practice it. I was just like, oh, he's got it. Exactly. No, jump off. Very much hurt myself. And then, you have people like pushing me in directions and like, okay, come over here. We got
they're helping you.
Yeah, they're helping me. One of our board members came and had some notes after the show.
I bet.
They're like, why didn't Mowgli know all the dances? Isn't this the last performance of the run?
Was it really?
It was. I sobbed after that show because there was so much adrenaline. I've never felt anything like that. But I'll tell you what, man, being in theater gives you that ability to just think quickly, pivot, and just move. Like the show must go on, period.
Sure. Well, I think it's also too like just confidence building for some kids. Like the public speaking, like, it took me forever to get to the point where I'm still not good at it, but like it's that kind of environment gets you to where you can actually interact with an audience, and that's so important in this world today.
Absolutely. And that was me. That was me as a child. I mean, just terribly shy. I didn't talk really through kindergarten, first grade. It just wasn't a thing until I started doing theater about 5th grade, 6th grade. But it was the only place that I felt confident enough to. And my social anxiety still peeks in every once in a while. It feels so contrary to walk into a room and have meetings and, but theater helps. It really does.
Yeah. So we'll switch gears a little bit.
Sure.
You're from San Antonio. You grew up here, right?
Yeah.
Your family's from
Malta.
Mm-hmm. And look, I don't know where that is. Where is it?
It's a tiny island in the Mediterranean, just south of Sicily.
And you go back quite a bit, right?
I've gone 5 or 6 times in my life. Yeah.
And how has your, I guess, childhood, like you said you were shy, that kind of was a good segue.
Yeah.
How did that shape, like, becoming a CEO, becoming an actor? Like, how did that shape? How did your youth shape that?
That's a great question. I think, I was brought up with a single mother in a single mother household. The daughter of an immigrant. I was first generation American on my father's side. I think it shaped me because I remember being in a history class, I think junior year, AP US history, and we were learning about the socioeconomic ladder. Mm-hmm. And what I was hearing was not resonating with what I wanted out of my life.
Sure.
Basically, it was explained, wherever you're born, you might move up a little, you might move down a little bit, but basically you're a victim of your circumstance, in other words. Yeah. And that just didn't sit right with me. So education I knew, because people said, your ticket is getting a good education, right? Mm-hmm. So that was something that was important to me. I worked really hard in school. I'm in college and got my master's. I that was all leading up to where I am today. It's just not settling for what I was told would be my future.
Yeah. And so did you, growing up, did you always think you were going to be a part of that world? I mean, when did it hit you? When did it hit you like, I want to be a part of that world?
That's wild. I don't know that I ever thought that I would be where I am today. Mm-hmm. No. When did it hit? I feel like I've been slowly working towards a thing without knowing what the thing was. And maybe that's leadership. But it wasn't until I found, obviously, the mission that really resonates with my heart in such a way that I felt compelled, almost obligated to do.
Yeah.
This job, for Magik popped up like almost 3 years ago. And it was almost like a slap in the face of like, this is it. Yeah. This is what you need to do. Mm-hmm. Whether I think I'm ready or not, it's close your eyes and leap forward. Yeah.
Do you miss because you've acted in a lot of different productions, right? Mm-hmm. Like all over?
Yeah.
Like, just name some of them, because I
So most recently, I got to do.
Oh, now she's getting big at it.
Romeo and Juliet. It was.
Where was that at?
Lady Capulet at the Playhouse.
Okay. Yeah.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
And what role did you play?
Lady Capulet.
Oh. I looked at her like, what the fuck is that? Like, I should know. And you're Lady Capulet. We need to get him into the arts. We need to get him. I don't know. Jungle Book, we've established. I don't know. Well, I barely know Percy. I know he has the lightning bolt in the middle of his head. So listen.
Well, that's Harry Potter, first of all.
Oh, shit.
Second of all.
I thought he doesn't have a lightning bolt? That's great. See, I'm making the guest look. This is what I do. I make the guest look good. I'm not really that stupid.
Not really. You're just opening it up for me here. Lady Capulet, I will say, I've entered my mom era.
Yeah.
I've entered my mom era. we turned 40 last year.
Is there something you need to announce here?
Well, no, it's more like coming to grips with not being the ingenue anymore.
How old are you?
40. I turned 40.
Oh, shit.
I know.
I didn't know you were 40. I guess that's a compliment. Like,
that's great. No, that's great.
So, but when you were younger, did you always were you always theatrical? I can't say the word, but were you always?
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. Were you always dramatic and did your mom support it, or was that a hard push, I guess?
Oh, it's such an interesting thing to think about, because I was painfully shy. I hated any attention. I couldn't call the pizza delivery man because I was just
that was me.
Terrified, right? Yeah. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But there was something about storytelling. I remember being in the living room with my father, and I would perform the three little Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears and play all the parts.
Yeah.
And I would switch a hat or whatever. So it was just so intrinsically a part of my life without really knowing what it was. I had never seen theater before. Mm-hmm. My mom brought home a Phantom of the Opera CD one day, and at fourth grade, and I was hooked. There was something so compelling about it. I mean, I laugh about it now, but it opened my eyes to this thing. I saw Phantom of the Opera maybe a year after and was completely changed as a human. Then my dad took me to the church tryouts for the nativity scene.
Oh, no.
I got Mother Mary.
Yeah, that's a miscasting.
Right? But they gave me this long blue veil, and I was a foot taller than Joseph. And I had one line that I said with Joseph, which was,
"Wait, you were the Virgin Mary?"
For travelers, yes. And I floated down that aisle. I floated. It was I don't know.
Was that your first production?
Yes, it was.
So you were the Virgin Mary. Yes. And then you went to a snake.
The trajectory is incredible.
Has just really catapulted. You are just so that's your first thing. Did you ever think that was going to be your final thing, being an actress or actor?
Yeah, it was because, I enrolled in theater classes in middle school at that point. And then it was okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm destined for. But I also knew that wasn't my only skill set. Yeah, I loved school and I loved learning and was committed to success in that way. So I know that if I had to choose one or the other, I wouldn't be able to. And so this job, I'm a fully realized human being and be able to do both.
Yeah. Because that is a different, it seems like from my perception and a lot of people's perception that, well, she's in where she wants to be. She's in, that world, being in the arts, but it's so different when you become a CEO. And how does that change your mindset? Because just like I was talking to a comedian, it's like she's in HR. How do you change your mindset to go, I want to be an actor, but I have to turn that piece of me off to be a leader and a CEO? Because it seems like that's two wildly different things.
It is. And I think any time that I have tried to mute that part of myself in a professional setting, it's been disingenuous and not authentic and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so I really do try to full up. I try to
drink some more Capri Sun.
Got it.
We have Capri Sun.
I show up with my full self.
Yes.
And I feel as if I've had enough experience in my life to know my audience and what is appropriate versus not. But there is no part of me that wants to dim what I treasure as a light, a part of myself that I celebrate.
You are recently engaged.
Yes.
Am I correct about
That's
that?
Right. Yes.
I'm
April.
glad that I didn't screw that up, but it's no longer a thing.
Right. That'd be awkward.
It's like, so I find it interesting because we a while back went and had some drinks and you were telling me about the fiancé.
Yeah.
And he lives in Cuba.
Yes, he is Cuban in Cuba.
And so how does that, kind of go through that? Because I don't think a lot of people, especially, and again, I stay as far from politics, but sometimes you can't get away from it. How tough has that been from a perspective of him being in Cuba, you being in America, and I'm assuming you want him to come here, right?
Come here, right.
Yeah. So what is that process like? Is it?
It's wild. So what is an already complicated process is even exacerbated by him being from Cuba, because Cuba's on
the list, right?
The list,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And we're talking about the list of banned countries coming into the United States. What I've been understanding is that the K-1 visa, which is the fiancé visa, is not affected by this ban.
Okay.
So because we're engaged, I filed to bring him in under a fiancé visa. It's the 90-day fiancé thing where he gets here and we have to get married within 90 days.
Really?
Yes.
So you better know what the fuck you're doing.
100%. And I do. There's been plenty of time to think about it.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years now. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So it's a pretty straightforward process. The application moves to a visa center. The visa center information goes to Havana. He would have to interview in Havana, do the medical exams, things like that. But we suspect, because I'm a part of a lot of forums with a lot of Americans trying to bring in Cubans.
Sure.
And so we have, there's some solidarity there and some learnings we can share with each other. But from what I understand, the process has been on pause since January.
Really?
Yeah.
And because of federally or?
Federally.
Okay.
So we were supposed to have word, Christopher and I is his name. Christopher and I were supposed to get word at the end of January about next steps, but that has not happened.
Really? So they don't communicate?
They're not. No, exactly.
None.
And I know that there is some legislation or maybe I don't know exactly, but there's a congressman that has waved a flag saying, what is happening right now? This is illegal. These people paid for their applications. Why isn't this going forward? So I guess we'll see. It's just a wait and see game.
And so you go to Cuba quite a bit, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, I've been 6 times in the past 2 years.
So what is that process like? Is it easy to get in?
It is.
Because I don't think a lot of people, you know that, but a lot of people may not know that you can go to Cuba.
I know. And I wouldn't recommend it right now. But
yeah, that's
there's
true.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But it's really...
Why wouldn't you? Well, let's stop there, though.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you recommend it?
So it's so interesting because I really studied the Cold War a lot in college. I was kind of like a junkie for it. And I have found myself in the midst of all of the implications from that right now.
Yeah.
Why it's not a good idea right now is that when we did what we did with Venezuela, 75% of Cuba's oil came from Venezuela.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's cut off. What it was already like a harrowing, is that a word? Situation.
No, I get what you're saying. It was a situation that's difficult.
It was difficult and
For the
only
people to live there.
exacerbated by that disappearing. And 25% of their oil came from Mexico, and that was shut down.
Oh.
So they're not getting any support.
So you told me it was interesting. I remember you telling me a story that the power is not on all the time.
Oh, yeah. And again, it's just getting worse. I mean, there are provinces that experience about 16 hours of blackout a day.
Wow.
And now it's worse. I mean, I know Christopher, who lives in Havana, maybe about 3 to 4 hours a day. But that's even been more frequent. Taxi drivers aren't able to get gas. You have to sign up for a slot time to get gas. I mean, it's so rationed. It's wild.
That's crazy.
It's getting crazy.
So when you go to the gas station, like, is it like hard to get gas? I mean,
there are lines that are 12 hours long.
Really?
To get gas. Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
See, I don't think a lot of people, maybe I just don't watch the news, but I don't think anybody's bringing this up.
All bus operations have ceased. Universities have closed.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It is
I didn't know
really
all
bad
this.
right now. Yeah.
So I guess you have to go through that process you couldn't just get married here.
I could get married in Cuba, but there's so much red tape there. It's absolutely impossible. Everything is done like handwritten.
Oh, okay.
So
still trying to
timeline-wise-
get him back would be a problem, even if you got married there?
yes. Well,
Okay.
if we
I'm
got
just saying if you're
married there-
delaying this and you got cold feet.
It's a longer process to get married.
I'm being
It's like
silly,
2
but-
years instead of
okay.
So this
Although
is why
by
we
that
went this
time,
route.
it may be.
Trust me, I
looking
know.
at
Now I'm like, well, did I make the right choice? I don't know.
to do it. So it's literally a 90-day fiancé.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 90 days here to get married.
Yeah.
Can I be a tree in the ceremony at least? Because you won't let me be a tree in any of the production.
Yes.
You don't know how many times I've asked her to be in a production.
You know, with the thoughtful donation to the Magik
Here
Theatre.
she goes. To be a tree, a money tree. Look at this low budget thing I got going. Does it look like we got money to give to the Magik Theater? I was going to say, I still drink.
I was going to say that too, but
let's
stopped myself.
Let's not get thrown in jail. Project Cohort, thank you so much for the drinks.
Yes.
We appreciate
Your donation.
your donation. So this is a question, and we're getting toward the end, so I always ask this question. It's kind of a new thing for me. And what do you think your purpose is? Like, again, there's a lot of different words you can use for purpose, but what do you think you were here for on this little planet of ours?
So it was clear to me. I mean, we go back to how I was raised in childhood. I wouldn't be where I am today without the help of mentors and people leading the way, guiding, right? So I feel my purpose is the same, is enabling people to see their potential when they don't feel they have it.
Yeah.
Right? And so whether that be on a macro level of the work I do through Magik Theatre and the 50,000 or so young people that walk through our doors every year, or it's with staff.
Yeah.
It's just elevating others to realize their full potential.
That's good. So where can we find information? Because what's their next show? Let's just ask that quickly.
So
you know?
since
She doesn't know. I don't think she knows, guys.
Get out of here. We are currently in renovations right now. So our doors
really?
are closed until June.
Wow. That's a long time.
I know. So we're being cool. We're looking at it as an opportunity, not an obstacle. We're taking Dragons Love Tacos, our summer hit, to different areas of town.
Okay.
So we're going to be at the Carver the last week of February, Texas A&M on the south side in March, April, and then the Playhouse, April, May.
How does that change what you're doing? I mean, that's got to be kind of...
We already have the infrastructure for it because we have a touring program.
Okay.
Now, our touring program is typically, we can go anywhere in a 20 by 20 space in an electrical outlet.
Yeah.
But this tour, larger production, like we need a proscenium theater for this.
Yeah.
So like we were made for this. We can do this.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right? So
gotcha.
the next show that'll be in our summer will reopen us. We're going to have a big reopening party, ribbon cutting, and it will be, you're hearing it here first, Very Hungry Caterpillar. It's going to be adorable.
Don't know what that is, but...
Yes, you do. Everybody knows what that is. James lives under a rock. But
She has invited me to these things. And literally, I think I say no.
Literally no.
And it's not because I'm not... I did go to one of the shows,
You did.
Though,
you did.
And it was during the day.
Yeah, you came with all of the field trips.
Yeah,
so
that's
awesome.
That's when I can get out of, that's when I can not fall asleep halfway through. Not because it's not entertaining, but because I get grumpy.
And he gets out of work.
And he gets out of work. Yeah, that's the main part. And there's dough right there at the pizza place.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's going to grow like crazy.
I know.
Last thing again, so can we go to a website? Can we go to Facebook, Instagram? Where can we find more information about what you're doing?
www.magiktheatre.org. That's magic with a K, theater with an R-E.
With that, by the way.
I don't care. It's what it is.
Say it one more time, because I stepped on you.
Here. Magiktheatre.org.
Not that part. I just stepped on you.
Stop it. Magiktheatre.org. Magic with a K, theater with an R-E. And the platforms that ensue.
She's giving me an ugly look. And there's Instagram and all that too.
Yes.
And you don't know it.
Probably at Magik Theatre. Probably.
With a K?
With a K and an R.
See, I'm getting it.
There you go.
Well, thank you for coming and spending an hour with us today. And we appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's so fun.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.